This
Professor.
conference will now be recorded.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're recorded now. So thank you for reminding me on that. So let me see if I can share my camera. So everybody should see job order one, and you should have job order one, okay? This is quiz one. It says ink is 2 at 10, paper is 1 at 30. Direct labor is 20 per hour. Direct labor productivity is 4 per hour. Estimated MOH is 20,000, quantity is 20,000, selling price multiple is 3. And most problems had something similar to that. So right off the top, what you're gonna do with your direct labor rate productivity? Are you gonna multiply or are you gonna divide? I'm just asking that off the top right quick. Are you gonna multiply or are you gonna divide?
You're gonna multiply because it's more than one book or more than one. Yeah, I guess more than one book per hour. So it's gonna be 4 by 20.
All right, so Chris says we're gonna multiply. How many people agree with Chris?
I think you're gonna divide.
Somebody said we're gonna divide. Ashley A said we're gonna divide. How many people agree with Ashley A? So you can see the problem. We've got two comments. Half the people said multiply, half the people said divide, and that's the way you all are now. And you can't do both. You either got to multiply or divide. And so in this case, as we work on this, anytime you can make more than one an hour, you can make 4 per hour, you divide. Anytime you can make more than one an hour, 4 per hour, you divide. So now hopefully you're seeing why you got to work 10. Okay. You just got to keep working this and be clear on it. Okay. So at this point, let's pull up your unit cost selling price POR worksheet. This is always the first thing you do. Okay, when you working the problems out. So does everybody have their unit cost selling price POR worksheet up? So what we're going to do with the ink? What's the unit cost of the ink? How much does the ink cost?
20.
And how many ink cartridges are we using? How many
2.
ink? How many?
2.
And I take your word too. So the unit cost for the ink is what? 40. Let's go to raw material 2. That's the paper. What's the unit cost of the paper? At 30. And we're using a quantity of what? 1. So that's 30. Direct labor. What's our labor rate?
20 per hour.
$20 an hour, okay? So our direct labor rate is $20 an hour. And we can make how many hours? 4. So therefore, the unit cost of the labor we're going to divide, so it's going to be 5. Finally, for the MOH, we're going to take the total MOH in this problem. That total MOH was what?
Hey, Dr. Boyd, I think Ashley's got a question.
Okay. Yes, Ashley.
Oh, she just said ink should be 1.
Ink should be 1. Thank you. So this should be 20. I didn't have, okay. Now it says
But
ink 2 at,
Professor Boyd,
2
why
at
aren't you
10.
doing, I have a question.
Yes,
Why aren't
2
you
at
doing
10.
it in Excel?
Well, everybody can't follow along with Excel. You can do, if you want to use Excel, that's fine. But
Okay.
some people, devices can't get it done. So I just wanted to do this one in Word.
Okay.
So you'd have a guide to go with. Same thing. So this right now we had 2 at 10 and 1 at 30. And then the the labor, it was $20 an hour, and we could make 4 per hour. So that's 5. And how much is the overhead? $20,000. And our quantity was how many were we making? 20,000. And so therefore, 20 divided by 20 gives us 1. So all you had to do was add 20, 30, 5, and 1. So what was your total cost going to be? 57? No, 56. All we wanted to do. Your selling price multiple was 3. So that multiple was 3. So when we multiply 3 times 56, what do we get? 168. Are there any questions so far? Can everybody complete the sheet like this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first thing to do. Now we need the POR. The first thing on the POR is the total overhead. What's our total overhead?
20,000.
20,000. Total quantity to be produced? 20,000, wasn't it?
Yes.
Your labor productivity was 4. So if we divide it up here, we're going to divide down here. We can make 4 an hour, so we're going to divide 4 into 20, and we get 5,000. If we had multiplied up above, we would have multiplied down here. So make sure you're doing that consistently. We then, to get our POR, what do we do? Divide what?
Divide 20,000 by 5,000 to give you 4,000.
Give you how much?
You'll divide the 5,000 into the 20,000.
And how much will you get?
4,000.
Oh,
400. I'm sorry.
Keep,
oh,
get, keep going.
I'm doing quick math. uh,
Get rid of all the
400.
zeros and divide 20 by 5. What's 20 by 5?
20 by 5 is 4.
So now you're seeing the problems in terms of you've got to be be paying attention and carefully making these calculations. So I've shown you how to do it. All the problems work this way. So you're just getting practice determining whether you got the multiply or divide here, your productivity, using your selling price multiple, get your selling price. Then it's always, the top two numbers are always overhead and quantity to be produced. Then your productivity and your hours is based on, if it takes more than an hour, you multiply. If you can make more than 1 an hour, you divide. Can everybody get those now? Can everybody probably work those now?
I know. Huh?
Mariah, you too. Mute yourself,
Huh?
Mariah. Thank you.
How? I gotta go out right here. I
Wes,
go out.
mute yourself. You're not listening. Oh.
This way you pay it to go out. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you gonna pay. Unless you gonna pay.
She's whistling about it.
Okay, what I do?
Oh, let's see what I'm gonna do.
I'm not. I am
Boy,
gonna make a
talking
pay.
about she with somebody.
I'll let her get back on. I was trying to mute her. If I try to mute her over here, sometimes it don't work. So
She was
we're
trying to
telling her
finesse.
she was telling all her business. Okay. So was that very hard to do?
No.
Okay, so make sure on the other 9 you handle it. So let's move on to the journal entries next. So we got these items here, which is our UR is 4, selling price 168, unit cost 56. Okay, let's make the journal entries for stage 1. How many did you buy? You say, I got this calculation, so you can put your notes in here in terms of how you're going to calculate it. But if we bought 40,000 ink cartridges at $10 each, how much is that going to be?
400,000.
400,000. All we did was to multiply 40,000 by 10.
Wait, what do we multiply again?
Mr.
We
Boy, where did the 10 come from?
Here's the 10. Ink costs $10. See it right
Yeah, I
there.
got you. I got you.
And we bought 40,000 ink cartridges. See, we're making 20,000. It takes 2 ink cartridges to make 20, so we had to buy 40,000. We multiply 40,000 times 10, and we get 400,000. What about the paper? What we're gonna do? We bought 20,000 at 30 each. So how much is that gonna be? 600,000.
Yeah.
So we just multiply 30,000 times 20. Now we just bought enough ink and paper, so when we get ready to do these journal entries, we simply bring this information down.
Professor Boyd,
Yes,
is the accounts payable supposed to be credit?
yeah, I got it up. Thank you. So because we're using all of it, we bought just enough, we're gonna transfer it all in. Okay. And let's jump to the T accounts and put 600 and 400,000 in. So should always be posting, which I'm just putting it in the work in process account. Put it in the right order. Yeah, 400,000. So I just posted those so we would have them there. Next, what did we do? Actual labor hours were 5,000. How much we pay an hour? $20. So $20 times 5,000 gives us what? That 100,000? Let's go and put that in the work in process account, 100,000. So we said that was 5,000 times 20. And then for the POR number, we're going to multiply 5,000 times what? To make this journal entry, we're going to simply multiply what? 5,000 times what?
The labor hours.
No, the POR, 4.
Oh, they are.
So 5,000 times 4 gives us what? Is that 20,000?
20,000.
So let's post 120. 100, we have the 20,000. So we're now essentially about finished with the problem. 600 plus 400 is 1,000,000, 1,000,001, 1,000,120 is what we have. So we were supposed to make, what was it, 20,000?
I have a quick question, please.
Yes.
Do you credit the 20,000 to cash?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a journal entry here. Debit working process and credit manufacturing overhead. That's a journal entry. Remember we told you the journal entries are already made.
Right. Okay.
So 20,000. So these journal entries don't change. So all of these problems you're working, and you'll see, you might be able to knock them all out tomorrow. 20,000 and 20,000. So when we add all of these numbers up, we get 1,120,000. And guess what we're gonna do? Because we made 20,000, we're gonna transfer everything out. We don't have to do any prorating, anything. So 1,000,000, 120, 000 is transferred out. So our stage 3 journal entry is 1,000,000, 120, 000, 1,000,000, 120, 000. So in these problems, once we determine how much is in work in process, we transfer all the finished goods. And what's our unit cost going to be for finished goods? If we were to put in a unit cost, what would that unit cost be? We divide 20,000 into 1,120,000, what will we get?
56.
It's 56? Okay. So we know what? Yeah, that's the cost we're going to use. And we might look up here and see that the estimated unit cost of 56 is everything was going according to plan. How many do we sell?
168.
We sold 15,000. We sold 15,000. So selling price is going to be, well, you just give me, okay, 15,000 times but the 168, that was the selling price. How much cash we going to get? What's our cash sales? Anyone got a number for me?
2,520,000.
2,520,000.
Yes, sir.
Take your word for it. 2,520,000. How much is going to go to cost of goods sold? How are we going to get that number? We're going to take the
Multiply
15,000, multiply it by what?
56.
56, the unit cost. But the unit cost that's in the T account, which just happens to be the same unit cost that we originally calculated because everything went to perfection. So 15,000 times 56 is what? How much is that?
$840,000.
Okay, 840,000. Okay, so and then we go to our manufacturing overhead, and the actual overhead was what? 20,000 paid in cash. So in these first six, so we're going to debit manufacturing overhead for that 20,000. Stage 3, we put in 20,000, so we're going to credit it for 20,000. And there is no over or under because what we estimated 20 in stage 3 was what we actually incurred. So there's no over or under overhead. And let's see, we said that our cost of goods sold was 840. So how much do we have left in finished goods at this point? Well, it's 1,120,000 minus 840.
Is it 280,000?
I take your word for it. 280, comma 000. So now we got all the journal entries done in under 30 minutes. Now it's time for us to do with these T accounts, go ahead and do our cost of goods manufacturing, cost of goods sold. Now, cost of goods manufacturing is going to come off this T accounts master working process. So we purchased $1 million in raw materials and transferred them in. So we just got $1 million. We didn't have anything left. So the raw materials used in production is $1 million. That number just comes out of the work in process account. The second thing is labor. So notice I highlighted you got 3 areas: direct materials, direct labor, and you're going to have the applied manufacturing overhead. So we simply look at our T account. The direct labor was 100,000. We put the direct labor here, 100,000. The overhead, applied overhead, was 20,000. We put the 20,000 here. So our total manufacturing cost is 1,120,000. We just add to these 3 numbers, 1,120,000. Direct materials, labor, and overhead. 1,120,000,000. We didn't have any beginning or ending inventory, so this number becomes 1,120,000,000. That's cost of goods manufactured, ladies and gentlemen. It's done. I think this just doubling up on the table. So all we did was look in this account for work in process, bring those numbers out, bring them over here, and we know the answer is always where we transferred the finished goods. Now let's see if we can get cost of goods sold done. We didn't have any beginning inventory. Add cost of goods manufactured. So we're going to bring this number and put it right here. 1,120,000,000. Then we're going to subtract out the ending finished goods inventory, 840. 280. So 280. So our unadjusted in this case is going to be the 840. We didn't have any over or under, so we done. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the problem. It's done. Any questions? We're finished in 30 minutes. What about that, Benny?
Yeah.
So we don't need to do trail balance?
No. You did extra work. You didn't have to do it. All I was trying to see was this. Alexa, since you said you thought we were going over, we've gone over it now. Can you work it now, Alexa?
Yeah, I got it.
Got it now? Okay.
Only question I have is like when we first went over it, we had like completed books, right? Like the first time, like the first ever time we went over it. we had completed books, and when we were to like stage 4 of the it was like
Well,
stage 4 part like manufacturing overhead, you had to multiply like 73.2, but you was using the completed books. And if we don't have the completed books, we don't have to multiply. Like I'll try to find that number, right?
I'm not sure what you're saying, but all you got to do is what we did here today, and that's it. So don't make it hard. So y'all can see now that not much was required. You did have to get your unit costs and selling price and POR correct. Then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 journal entries to make. 2 minutes of journal entry. Most of them, once you got your work in process account and your cost of goods sold account, you got the 2 statements. Cost of goods manufactured comes off work in process. Cost of goods sold comes off the cost of goods sold account. You look in here, how much you had in there, how much is transferred in, what's the ending amount, and that's it. So you all can finish your other one tonight if you want. You don't have to turn in until tomorrow, but it's probably a good thing to work it while it's hot on your mind, so you can get this done, so you won't forget it so quick. Then you do another one on Monday. So you're only talking about a half an hour to an hour of your time, but it will help you enjoy your spring break so much better. Saying when I come back, I'll be able to knock this out. Any questions? So we got
Yeah.
problem 1 work. And from problems 1 through 6, you don't have any over or under overhead. When you get to 7 through 10, you will. And when we come back on the Tuesday after spring break, we'll work a couple in 7 through 10. One where you make more than 1 per hour, and one where it takes more than an hour to make them. So we'll handle those 2 situations. But you should be able to knock these out now and really be able
So
to
do
do
we
it.
work?
Go ahead.
Do we work from 7 to 10 for sprint? But
You're working 2 through 10. I did 1 for you. So you're doing 2 through 10. So that when you test it on it, I won't have these
all right,
results. And
all
if I
right.
had these
You just
results,
said
then you can
7
blame
through 10
yourself.
is
So you
something that we
blaming
haven't
other
covered
people
yet.
before, you blame yourself this time. Because you had 10, I worked one of them, you had 9 others to practice on. So it should not be any reason why everybody in here can't work their problem. But you got to practice. You can't just sit up and look, take pictures, listen to the videos, and say, I know how to work it. You need to go and work those problems. And as you can see, maybe an hour when you do the first one by yourself, then you should be into 45 minutes as you continue to work them. Any questions?
Yeah, Dr. Boyd. One
Yes.
question: If we did get the midterm, do we have to do all? Do you want us to do all 10 of them?
No, if you got the, you all who have the email and the 8 student midterm, you just work in that 1 year. I think it's on. You don't do this, so y'all don't have to do this. Y'all already got it down. Y'all just have to work the problem I sent to you all.
Just for the team, then whatever number that our team is, that's the one we do.
Right. So there's team 100 and there's team 101. Team 100 is going down that column. Team 101 is going down their column.
And then one other question on that. So AD, that's allowance for accounts doubtful. Is that correct?
Maybe accumulated depreciation.
Accumulated. Okay, Roger.
See what it's near. I think it's accumulated depreciation. Anything else?
So
Mr. Boys, you got my
problems that we
question.
do is under the problems that we do is under assignments.
I will put them there.
Okay.
So I'll put them there. You got 2 to do. So I will probably put them all under the first one, just leave them there, and so and continue to put them in. So I will put them there.
Did you get Canary Simmons quiz?
I think I did.
My laptop. Yeah, my laptop is like tripping. I emailed you, but you didn't email me back.
I think it came in. I think I went and checked, and I think I got it, and I could open it okay. But I'll check. But from what I can remember, I was able to open it and do it. So I got your email. I went and looked, and I could do it. If not, I'll let you know. Any other questions?
Mr. Boyd, can you put on the T accounts?
Put on the T accounts. There they are. And you can put the raw materials in if you
Thank you.
desire. But the key ones is work in process, finished goods, COGS, and manufacturing overhead. With these 4 T accounts, you do those schedules. Now your cost of goods manufacturing schedule, the company is doing that monthly. Now cost of goods sold does at the end of the year, but it's monthly comparing what the actual cost is to the estimated cost. So it's not off track. You can't wait till the end of the year. Any other questions? Everybody can do this now. I don't want any excuses. And of course, you got this recording. You should have been writing as we were going through. So you got this example, and you should know how to do everything.
So the midterm scores are out, correct?
I wouldn't say that.